Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Woo. Hello. Oh, did I do it? Mic 3, right? Yep. All right. Hello. Back again. It's... All right. Perfect. So we got another Wednesday here. How y'all doing? How y'all been? How's it going? I've had a great week. I hope y'all have had a great week. I'm pretty sure most of y'all couldn't wait to see me again. Hear me talk my little shit. I don't really talk shit. I just try to educate y'all without sugarcoating it, because some of y'all don't understand when I'm being nice about something. It's always taken the wrong way. Or y'all always got y'all opinions about it but don't want to hear what I actually said. Which is still cool. You know, whatever you decide to do, that's up to you. I'm nobody's father. Well, none of y'all grown motherfuckers. I got my own kids, and y'all are not them. But anyway, I definitely am glad to be back again this week. Look at my hair. It's time. I can line myself up. Don't worry about that. I still look good. My week, though. Actually, it's been a great week. It's been a really good week. I did a lot of redecorating at home, a lot of remodeling. I should say remodeling because I moved a lot of stuff around. Added some things in, took some things out. Especially to make room for the kids, you know what I mean? Make sure they got places to put their stuff. Make sure it all goes well. Doing what I can do to be the best dad out here, you know, take care of my youngins. I really can't wait for the next one to get here, my junior. He's going to be a true junior, same birthday and all, you know what I mean? I can't wait. A lot of people can't say that, but it's not for them. It's for me. Other than that, let's see. Anything major in the last week that I do want to talk about? Me and my kid's mom came to a great understanding recently, which is great. Like, we just came to a better let me not say great. We've come to better understand each other, a better understanding with each other, which is great. I'm happy to hear that. Communication has been wonderful. There's been minimal to actually no arguments. I must say, I don't even think we have been tripping or arguing lately, which is kind of cool. It's kind of refreshing to know that. What else has happened this week? I think that's about it, actually. My son got himself a new game. He finally brought his PS5 from his grandma's house over to our house, and that man is just, he thinks he run things, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, kids, like, they think for some reason you're supposed to hop, skip, and jump whenever they tell you to. And I'm trying to put in my son's head where you got to realize, like, we got rules and regulations. You know what I mean? Like, don't act brand new. You already know what it is. You already know, I don't be playing. So definitely keep that up. But he also, he had a big week in school. He changed teachers. He did pretty well in, those little tests they give out. He's in kindergarten, so it's not like we expect too much, right? We expect him to just try to learn something at this point, which he's doing pretty well at, so I'm pretty happy about that. My daughters are in daycare, which is kind of like a learning school for them too, so that's kind of good and great. My oldest daughter, she's been expressing herself a lot more lately. I mean, I love it. Like, I'm not mad about it, but like if I show even a little bit of attention to the youngest, to Miracle, and I don't show that to Kalila as well, Kalila will call me out on it. She'll do it all the time, and she do it effortlessly. She don't care. She don't care where we at or what got going on. She'll call me out. I ain't mad at her. Like, hey, baby, if you feel like you got to call daddy out because this is going on, so be it. Go ahead and call me out. I'm not mad at you for it. I'm happy that you standing your ground. But other than that, for this past week, I think everything has been pretty steady. Work was cool. Anything? Oh, I actually have a wedding coming up. And it's going to be tomorrow. I'm actually doing a wedding for, what do you call it? For my job. We have a wedding, a rock and roll wedding chapel, so I'll be doing it for that. I'll be being, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Mars Attacks, you know, but I actually saw the movie again not too long ago, and it's a pretty funny movie. But I'm going to be taking on the role as the Martian ambassador. So if you guys have ever seen that, I'm literally sitting there for about 15, 20 minutes doing the ceremony. I'm the minister. So I'll be ministering the ceremony. And I'm really going to be saying two different words. That's rat and dot. Rat, 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 dot, 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 rat, 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 rat. Just repeating it all over again. And I'm going to make some good money doing it. You know, speaking of, actually, you know, this is a good time to go into this. So speaking of, I actually, now, today's my first day out of Facebook jail, right? Give me a round of applause. I ain't went back yet. It's almost been a full day that I've been out. However, speaking of that, I did tell you guys that once I was out of Facebook jail, I'd go ahead and post all the information for the flyer, for the business, everything, so on and so forth. So let me talk about the flyer for a second, okay? At first, of course, you guys know the name of the business is Choose Your Character, right? So you get to choose what costume character you would like me to portray at your kids' birthday parties, or hell, any event you'd like a superhero or a character at. That doesn't just stop at superheroes, villains, whatever the case may be, whatever costume I can get my hands on. If the costume can be made at a reasonable price that I can afford, I'm going to buy it and I'll do it. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. That's why I tell everyone I'll need a 2-week notice for any birthday parties or events, because I need time to make sure I have that outfit or costume that you ordered, along with making sure I have the backdrop for the theme of the party if you guys want me to do pictures as well. Again, all of this is going to be different and separate. The reason that the flyer has not been released because I was going to do the flyer solely based on the portion of the fact that I do birthday parties and stuff too, and costumes. However, because I got the name Choose Your Character, I'm actually and it's just some last minute editing. It shouldn't take me no more than a day or two to finish all the edits for the flyer. But instead of me making separate flyers, that's going to be part of it. You know, the name is still Choose Your Character, because I can host an event for you. I can attend a birthday party of Spider-Man or Superman or Batman. You know, I can do all of these things, hosting events, whatever the case needs to be. I have the talent. So you choose what character you want me to be that day. You know, I'm pretty sure y'all caught on to that and it makes sense. But instead of me now basing it solely off of just the costumes and, you know, superheroes and dressing up, it's just going to be me in general, the flyers. You know, choose your character. Right? You just choose who you need me to be for that day, what the case may be. If you need me to host, hey, we got prices for hosting. You need me to do a birthday party, we got prices for birthday parties. The hosting, I'm working on the pricing again, because I'm going to have it separate than what the costume pricing will be at. And of course, it's because it's two different things. One of them, I'm sitting around, jumping around, playing with kids the whole time. The other one, I'm actually keeping the show going and keeping it going along the way. So it's definitely different. However, for the costume prices, I don't have a problem giving you guys that now, since the flyer isn't up. But I think I may have said it before. But the way I'm going to just break that down is easy. If somebody wants me for an hour, which is a minimum of an hour, right? You're going to get me. That's going to be $100, right? You get a whole hour. Well, you can take pictures. You know what I mean? I'm only saying that in the most professional way, because there's a package that comes available. If you want that hour, you can pay $150, or you can pay $125, and I can bring the backdrop and photo lights and studio setup for the pictures, you know, and you can take them yourselves, or you can do $150 to where I bring everything, I set everything up. All the pictures are taken with my device, my phone, and in about 24 to 48 hours, I will send you either a Google Drive, or just, you know, send you a big drop of photos from the party that are edited by me as well. So that kind of saves you some time as well. So that'll be $150. If you want me for 2 hours, we tack on $50 to that. So $150 for 2 hours, and that's no photos, or $200 for 2 hours with photos. Every additional hour is only going to be $50. You know what I mean? Cut you guys some slack there. But that'll be the pricing for the costume. So if you ever want me to come to your kids' birthday parties, you know how much I cost now. It's very cost effective. I've done my research. I've done my math. I've done, you know, the verification to find out that it's a very reasonable price. Some people are charging way more than that just to appear for 30 to 45 minutes. So we'll definitely, you know, other things can be worked out through our packages. But I just wanted to really give you guys an update as to why the flyer isn't fully done yet. Because I just found a little aha moment in my head. And again, I thought the flyer looked great until I went ahead and I had somebody else look over it. And they pointed out some ideas to me. They pointed out some things that can make the flyer even better. So with me taking those things, that advice and hearing it, because I didn't recognize, I'm so happy to have it done. I'm just ready to post it at this point. But, you know, you have people that you trust in and believe in. And because they gave me the right advice and the right communication on it, it was great to see that there are some things I can improve on, and I was actually pretty happy about that. So just give me another day or two, and I will definitely get that out and get that into the public. I literally, if you guys want what I have now, I'll post that one, but that's just strictly for costumes. All it is, just for the costume business. I just didn't want to separate everything. I kind of was just like, I like the idea of choose your character being the fact that you can have me doing anything you need when it comes to that. I mean, hey, remember, guys, I do Pornhub, OnlyFans. It comes to the point where it don't matter what character you need me to be. I'll do a lot of things. I dibble and dabble in anything that can make me some money within reason, right? Let's go ahead and make sure that that's there within reason. So it's definitely not hard for me to, be somebody else. When it comes to it, you want me to host an event? I got you. You need me to be, I don't know, if you want me to just dress up as Spider-Man and come to the event, I got you. Parents, also, I just want y'all to understand something. I'm not just the average, costume party person. I want to do some things that stand out. Like, one of the things I can actually tell you will be that at the end of every party that I do, I'm ordering these little junior, it's called JHL, Junior Hero League, okay? And I'm going to order some for the JVL, the Junior Villain League, because again, all characters are not going to be good guys. Sometimes somebody might want a villain as me to dress up as. I'm going to order these cards, and it shows that they're part of that league depending on what character they wanted me to be. And at the end, they get their name and everything laminated onto the card so it's permanent. And I get to say, hey, you know what? Now that we've done this and you've met me, we've had this good old time, you are now part of the Junior Hero League or the Junior Villain League, whatever the case may be. Just a few extra things to kind of put a little wow on top of it. You know what I mean? Things that people wouldn't think about. They're small tasks, but when you add them all up, the kids really love them, I swear. Kids adore all of that. So I really cannot wait, for everybody to... You'll start seeing pictures and videos of me popping up everywhere, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty excited that all of this is coming on about now, or right about now that it's all happening and going forth on. I've came into the year headstrong, pushing forward, just, day by day, keeping myself busy, and I want to keep that going, so I'm happy to say that. Now that we got that one out the way, I do want to announce another thing to me. It's pretty happy, pretty exciting. Womonopoly will be returning. Womonopoly LV is going to be returning March 8th. If you don't know Womonopoly LV, if you watched the show for some years now, a couple years instead of just the last year, the year before last, I actually had a co-host, Elise Lane, or the Marilyn with Melanin. Don't forget that part, the Marilyn with Melanin. And she has a burlesque show that is called Womonopoly. That burlesque show was at Taverna Costera last year at the rooftop. This year, it's going to be returning March 8th. Every third Wednesday, let me correct these statements or terms. Every third Wednesday of the month, besides the one in March, which is March 8th, that's the first show, March 8th. Every show after will be the third Wednesday of March. And your boy is back hosting it. You know what I mean? I'm back with the mic in my hand. I'm back being an MC that you all love so much. So get ready for a lot of dad jokes, a lot of sarcasm, and a lot of humor and good times and great times. So if you guys do want to check that out, we will be going live February 1st on Eventbrite for you to get tickets for Womonopoly LV. Don't forget again that the first show is going to be March 8th, and now it is at 7:30 p.m. instead of 8:30. So it's going to be 7:30 p.m. March 8th at the Artifice, okay? So if you guys know what the Artifice is or ever heard of it, you definitely know know where it's located. If not, reach out. We can definitely give you that. If you buy the ticket, the address is on the ticket. But so on and so forth. If you need that information, reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to share it. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I'm back hosting, gonna be doing my thing, you know what I mean? Granted, I host this show every week with you all, and I love you all for listening and tuning in. I'm just excited that there are more things coming up within this time frame that's going to be pretty cool, like the Let's Talk Love event next month on the 9th. I don't know if you guys know too much about it, but on February 8th we'll be doing a show together so that we can actually discuss that as well as what will be going on the following day. I'm happy and excited for all of these things to be coming up in life, especially with the beginning of the year. All these opportunities at my door, and I do not plan on letting these doors closed at all. I want to keep every door open until the opportunity is gone and passed away. And meaning that I've taken control and I've seized the opportunity of everyone that was given to me. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a great year already, as you can see. Of course, next month is the month of love, right? February. So speaking of that, now that I think about it, we can actually jump into our first topic for today. Sorry, I've been rambling on about everything, but it's just I've got some exciting news I wanted to share with everybody. But the first thing I do want to kind of talk about today, you know what? We're going to get to this in a second. I got some other things I want to talk about. This is going to be a quick 5-minute spill. We'll leave it at that. If you guys have questions, comments, or concerns, you know how to call in. But other than that, we'll get into it. I do want to speak about this Blueface and Krishan thing, okay? Or Krishan Rock. I think that's how you say her name. Now, I don't like either or, okay? Let's make that clear. I don't like either or, and to the point where I'm saying, like, I don't have a favorite over either one of them. But I do know what accountability looks like. I saw part, and I will say I only saw part of the video, right? That they were talking about recently of how she acted out of control, and they say that he was a trigger, and he was this, he was that. Just to play devil's advocate, because y'all know I love to do that so much and so well. I just want to play devil's advocate. Everyone is holding him responsible, right? They're like mad at him. Oh, you're triggering her. You should have taken her outside to calm down. You should have done this. Should have done that. I'm sure he could have done that. But why is nobody focusing on the fact that she has to learn to control herself too, right? I say that because, and just hear me out before y'all start jumping down my throat. I've dealt with somebody in the past to where I've tried whatever I could to try to help them react different ways, approach certain things ways that won't end in violence. Like, I've tried to be that person to assist in controlling that part or helping get that under control. But I'm telling y'all, it's not as easy as y'all think. Y'all like to point and say, oh, you could have done this, you could have done that. But when you keep trying something for so long with somebody, when you keep trying to help them or improve, you start to realize that no matter what you want to do to help, they have to help themselves, right? And the situation that they in is very toxic already in general. It's just a toxic situation. So with that being said, with that one, nobody can blame him for the way she reacted in that interview. Whatever the case may have been, whatever you may have said, y'all tell men, that's all the time, you need to control your reactions. You need to control your reactions. And I always like to take it back to that whole, equality thing, right? Everybody wants to be equal. So one thing about that to me is, just like he needs to control his actions and control what he does, she has to control her actions and what she do. I get to the point now, it's like you can't see them on TV or something without somebody fighting or somebody swinging, somebody trying to fight or argue. And I think it's sad. Like, I think it's crazy that they can either leave each other alone, which I don't know if they still messing with each other or not, but, they say, well, he can leave her alone. Or, like, they both choose to deal with each other. Let's be honest about that. Let's be real. They both choose to deal with each other. They both choose to go back and forth, whatever the case may be, but only they can stop that. So everybody always trying to chime in and throw in 2 cents about this and about that. And let's look all around at the bigger picture. That couple is toxic. The relationship they have is toxic. They have a baby on the way. Blueface said it ain't his because she been with 10 different men in this last year. I don't understand why he just not letting that be known now versus the fact that, well, you know what, I get it. It's respecting probably. He didn't want her business out there like that. But I mean, y'all got 2 choices. Y'all can choose to deal with each other and keep this toxicity train going. Or y'all can, shouldn't even say 2 choices. Y'all can heal, but y'all got to do that separately. I don't feel like that's a relationship where they can heal at the same time in the same room is what I mean. They can't heal together. But I feel like if they both took some time apart separately, deal what they had to do with therapy, whatever the case may be, counseling, and then they reconnected after all of that, it would be a much better relationship. But remember, you got to go through it to get through it, right? Am I going to talk bad about their situation or relationship? And if I have, I apologize. But no, I don't intend to. I just feel like there are things that are in that relationship that everybody's looking at as everyday people. And y'all are looking at it as like, this ain't cool, but y'all in the same situations. Like for the women that's trying to tell them stick up for herself, she need to leave him. Why you not leaving that toxic man that made you get 8 abortions and keep cheating on you every other Wednesday? Why? No? You don't have a thing to say to that? Oh, I didn't think so. Why you keep dealing with this man that's beating on you and your kids, even though you got a way to get out because you simply don't want to sit up there and put him in jail because you love him so much? Well, clearly he don't give a fuck about how much he hurt you or them kids, so, that's why. It's little things like that. Y'all are in these relationships that are pretty much similar to what him and her are going through, but y'all can sit up there and tell them what they need to do for their relationship, but you won't even look in the mirror and acknowledge that you're in the same boat. You won't. You'll say, oh, yeah, we in the same river, but I'm on a different side of the river. No. You're on a different side because you're at the front of the boat, they're at the end. You just don't want to pay attention to that. So, I mean, all I can say is they can heal, right, and come back together, and it'll be great, most likely. They'll do wonders, or they can keep going on the same boat they're going on, and it'll just be a bunch of more drama, a bunch of more what we already see. I mean, teach his own. I don't want to be in no situation like that. I would never be in a situation like that to where we constantly beating on each other. Like, y'all done fought each other parents. Y'all done, like, what's next? Y'all gonna fight each other brothers and sisters? Y'all gonna fight each other's fans? Like, what? So all I say is, yes, you're right. You know, there could have been an option. There possibly could have been an option to where he could have controlled that situation better, or it could have worked out better. But to his defense, it's not his fault. It's not his responsibility to control another human being. It's not his fault. It's not his problem. Now, he could have helped in the situation, make it easier or calm it down, but he has no control over her reactions. None at all. He has no control. Y'all say he's a trigger. He's a trigger. He doesn't sit there and get in her body and says, okay, fight me now that I made you mad. Or now that you feel the type of way, get loud and try to swing on everybody. He's not doing that. That's her doing that. That's her choice. We all have choices at the end of the day. I'm not telling y'all it's right. I'm telling y'all that it's the best thing to do, but that was her choice to act that way, right? Just like it's his choice to act a certain way when he acts a certain way. And again, like, nobody wants to talk about the fact that, yeah, they talk about they fighting, they this and that, but y'all, this woman has admitted it, or this woman has said it. You know, he's said it. Like, she's the primary aggressor. Okay, we've come clear to that, to say that she's the primary aggressor. I get y'all throwing there, oh well, he's manipulative, he's doing this, he's saying that, and doing this, saying that. That doesn't matter to me. Honestly, that doesn't matter to me, because again, it goes back to the fact of control your own reactions, control yourself. Yeah, so other than that, though, I've got nothing else to say about it. I'm just telling y'all that's how I feel. You can't blame that man for the fact that she couldn't control her reactions. Like, that was just on her in general. And yeah, they both may need to grow up, but she definitely needs to grow up for sure. Hey, but each teach his own. They like it, they love it, they're gonna deal with it. That was just my 2 cents. Again, these are my views and my views only. You don't have to go by them at all. Back to our topic of discussion today. Kind of one of the reasons I had this up was just hearing that story, plus other stories, and people, what they got to say, how they feel. I just want to talk about overall love today. That's it. Overall, just some love today. The first thing I want to talk about is self-love. Right? Now, a lot of people get self-care and self-love mixed up, I think. Right? Again, these are my opinions and my views alone. I think a lot of people get self-care and self-love mixed in together. Right? And I just kind of want to go over each one to what I think. For example, I feel like for self-love, like, that's just you basically more so taking care of your mental, right? Your mental and your spirit. It's taking care of that. Like, making sure you are just in the right space, making sure you're not overstressed, you're not depressed, making sure you're eating right, making all kind of stuff. Well, sorry, not eating right, but just making sure that mentally you are actually, like, in the right thought process, the right mindset. Like, for example, with self-love when it comes to parenting, okay? I'll tell you right now, when it comes to parenting, there's at least maybe one day out of every other week where I'll just be like, I'm going out. I am. And I'm going out without the kids. I may even go just to a restaurant. Hell, I might even take a drive around to 215 and call it a day. But when it comes to me being a parent, my self-love is having some time to myself, right? It's kind of like being I ain't going to say being a teacher, but to me it's kind of like I need that day to relax because now I got to prepare for the next week with the kids. What we going to do, what they going to eat, making sure they have their clothes ready for school, make sure they got food to take for lunch, so on and so forth. So about once a week or once every other week, I take that self-love day and I'm like, this is my day. I'm going to go ahead. I might go give me a pedicure for the free foot massage. Like, no bullshit. You know what I mean? Something as simple as just having some quality time to myself, doing something I love that doesn't involve the family. This is just self-love for me because I have to take that. Otherwise, as parents, we get too stressed out. We get too overwhelmed with the idea of parenting because we're so worried about the kid's next move, the kid's next meal, the kid's next day. Like, sometimes we need to take a step back and say, what about you for tomorrow? Because if you're not here tomorrow, who going to take care of them kids? Who going to be here to take care of them kids if you lose your life because you ain't taking care of yourself, right? Here's another good one. I do like this one here. Self-love when it comes to your parents. Not you being a parent, but when it comes to your parents, right? I have a few friends and even some family members where they stay with their parents still. Now, mind you guys, to me, there is nothing wrong with staying with your parents. If you got to get on your feet, if you got to need that extra hand and you need it to get to move around to be an adult, so be it. You have to do it. Just do it. There's nothing wrong with that, with you staying with your parents to get a leg up. My issue with staying with your parents is the disrespect. A lot of our parents feel like, honestly, they just feel like, oh, well, since I'm the parent, you got to listen to what I say. You got to do what I say. You got to follow the rules that I give because you in my household. But let's take a step back. As an adult living with your parents, 7 times out of 10, it's crazy because normally I say 9 times out of 10, but this situation is different. 7 times out of 10, when you are staying with your parents, you're paying bills, right? At a certain age, you're paying bills. You're doing something there where you're being an adult, okay? Here's what I like to say to y'all. Understand that you can still be respectful and stand firm with your parents. There's a way for you to communicate with them and let them know that you feel a certain type of way without being disrespectful. There's a way to talk and express yourself without getting loud and aggressive. It's so easy to sit somebody down and have a conversation to say, hey, I'm feeling like this. This is why I'm feeling like this. What can we do to change me feeling like that? How can we work on it? I see a lot of you all, because you're staying with your parents, you let them disrespect you in a way that you wouldn't let somebody do it on the streets. Now, here's my thing with that. Again, you're paying bills there. You're taking care of what you need to do. Set a fine line of boundaries. Y'all are roommates at that point. You are renting a room and y'all are roommates. So you worried about your parents say, oh, I'm going to kick you out. They have to give you a 30-day notice, right? Let's be fair about it. They have to give you a 30-day notice to kick you out. Let's say you're worried about your parents saying, go clean up that kitchen because I know you didn't mess it up, but you need to. You know what? I understand you want me to clean the kitchen up. I just did 8 hours at work. However, your daughter that messed up or your son that messed up all the dishes, they are off today. They don't even have a job. I just came from a long shift. I feel like that should fall on them since it wasn't even my responsibility. You're not being disrespectful. You are being respectful. Honestly, because disrespect would like, no, fuck you and them dishes. Make that person do it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing nothing. That's disrespectful. If you can express to them like, oh, no, I've been working all day. I haven't done none of these dishes. That one don't even have a job, and you want me to clean up after them when they've been here all day messing everything up. I'm sorry, but that's just not fair. Honestly, that's not fair. The issue with a lot of the situations these days when it comes to parents and children with self-love, the parents don't understand. Our parents don't get it, right? They don't understand. It's not as easy as they had it growing up. You know what I mean? It's not as cheap. It's expensive. It's hard. It's rough out here. Life is tough. Life has always been difficult. We get that. But it's not how they were growing up. So the way that they were raised, the things that they did, it's not like that anymore. So you can't be following all the old traditions because guess what? It's new days, new times. Times have changed. So now you can go to your parent and be like, hey, as your roommate, my room door, one of your kids broke it and I kind of want it to be replaced. Is that something you can do? Or if I replace it, will you reimburse me for it or take it off the rent that I pay every month? There are so many ways for you guys to have these conversations with your parents. And the biggest thing that you have to take it out of is your feelings. Yours and theirs, because you both are going to be in your feelings over the relationship of the situation. Your mother and your parent versus you being the child. Child versus parent, parent versus child. But you have to take your feelings out of it because you got to look at it as person to person, human to human. I'm talking to you just like I would want to talk to the next person, the next individual, right? Always make sure that you are not letting the parent, because you stay there, don't let the parent drive you crazy and make you feel like, you need me. Because some of y'all, y'all only feel that way because they making y'all. Because if you knew the real, you know how easy it would be to do it on your own, right? But the problem is nobody wants to be consistent and nobody wants to work hard. So you want to stay with your parents because it's easier, you're more comfortable, you don't have to work too much or work too hard. But again, it's nothing wrong staying with your parents, but always be putting a productive foot forward, I like to say. Don't just be sitting there saying, well, I work a job and I work 25 hours a week at this job and I make $300 a week just to be at this job for 25 hours and I'm going to stay at that. Like, that's cool and all, but where are you going? What's next? That same job, 25 hours a week? You won't be able to live off that once your parents gone. Something, we all die. Nobody gets out alive anyway in this life. We all die. So sooner or later, when your parents go, you think that little 25 hours a week will still be able to take care of all the bills and responsibilities? It won't. It really won't. So what I'm trying to say is have your boundaries. but give them something to respect, right? If you're sitting there and you're not working all the time and, you ain't got this or you ain't got that and everything is in your parents' name or you ain't got nothing from your parents, like, the reason that they are talking or treating you a certain way is because you're not giving them something to respect. I put it like this. I moved out, how old was I? 2012, 2023. I was 19. I moved out at 19 years old. 19, and I have never looked back. I've never went back to my mom's house to stay there again since I moved out. And the relationship that me and my mom have, we had a horrible relationship while we stayed together because I wanted to be respected. Here's my thing. If I have to pay you something every month and I'm paying bills in this household too, I feel like my opinions matters just as much as yours do when it comes to my room, right? I'm not telling you how to do the living room. I'm not telling you how to do the rest of the house, the hallway. But when it comes to my room, there should be nothing you say to me about that as long as I'm being a great roommate and I'm not being destructive. I think that's fair. My issue was the fact that I didn't have that respect. I didn't feel like I did, so I wanted to be on my own. Ask me, have I had any issues when it comes to not even just power trips, just in the fact of, going back and forth with my parents about that, anything like that. If me and my mom has ever gotten into it over anything, it's something outside of it being family oriented. I kid you not. It's something outside of that. I have that respect to where she understands, like, well, that's cool and all, but I've been doing this. Like, I give them something to respect. You know what I mean? I go to work every day. I pay my bills. I take care of my kids. I do what I have to do. Like, I'm out here grinding and I'm really putting my best foot forward. So for that reason, there is no disrespect on my end. I can go and move with my mom tomorrow because I done lost everything. If not, I just had to go move back there. But I guarantee you, the minute that I do that, there's not going to be any kind of disconnect. You know why? Because respect is a two-way street. The minute I show as much respect as they want to give me is the minute that we're going to have a cool time. Because if I go in there and I move in and I'm cleaning up after myself, washing my own clothes, making sure the house is clean, making sure there ain't no clutter, no nothing. If I'm doing what I got to do, it ain't going to be no problems out of me and my mom because I'm taking care of my responsibilities like a man, right? But if I go in there and, I start missing work, I start calling off, I start making messes, not cleaning up after me or the kids, like leaving dishes in the sink, it's going to be an issue because not only am I there being a burden, but I'm causing problems for everybody else. So when it comes to your parents, it's easy to set that line of respect. Just give them something to respect. Show them you're an adult. Because some of y'all are actually out here complaining about y'all parents not treating y'all right, but you steady over there like, oh, well, can I get some money to buy this? Why are you not working? Why your check wasn't enough? Why are you pushing rent back because you don't have it right now because you want to buy a new pair of shoes or a new game? And it's not fair to your parents. Just because they're your parents, you shouldn't treat them any different than you would a regular landlord. So just to play devil's advocate on both sides, like, that self-love is important, but you got to understand too, give your parents something to respect so you can have that self-love. Because you'll beat yourself up over the fact that they don't respect you, yet you're not giving them a reason to. I'm just saying that. That's how that is. Along with some of y'all friends, man. Like, these friends are overprotective sometimes. Like, you got to realize that just because you and your friends go out every weekend, you can miss a weekend or two. You can tell them, I wanted to go out this weekend, but, I just ain't. I've been in my head lately. I've been, going through it. I just want to take a day to relax to myself. My phone's going to be off, everything. That's self-love. Take care of you, right? I always say self-love and self-care go hand in hand, but I do consider them different. Like, some of y'all friends, man, with self-love, like, y'all think that you have to be around them all the time. And no, like, you destroying yourself because you putting your own selfish needs off for somebody else. And you heard I said selfish needs, not wants. Because sometimes you need to be selfish. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish, but we'll get to that. And then with y'all spouse, with these spouses, like, let me tell you something. I love myself enough to not let you fuck me over. That's what that is. Most of y'all, like, y'all are letting these people walk over y'all, disrespecting you left to right, cheating, talking to this person, that person, or talking to you a certain way, or treating you a certain way, or just being completely irresponsible. And I get it. I get what love is. Like, love is amazing, man. Love is, like, it's great. Like, love is the one thing, speaking of that, I'm going to read something off first, and then after reading this off, we can go into what I'm going to say. This is from Liam Neeson. I don't know if you guys know them, or if you watch Taken, that's the guy it's from. And he explains this so well. I love the explanation for it. He says, everyone says love hurts, but that is not true. Loneliness hurts. Rejection hurts. Losing someone hurts. Envy hurts. Everyone gets these things confused with love, but in reality, love is the only thing in this world that covers up all pain and makes someone feel wonderful again. Love is the only thing in this world that does not hurt. So I say that to say this. Regardless of what somebody is doing or done to you, y'all are using the excuse of love for these people, and that's not love what they doing to y'all. You know what I mean? You get the confused and saying, well, that person, they hurt me. So love does hurt because they hurt me. They cheated on me. No, their actions hurt you. What they did, them cheating is the thing that hurt you, not love. Love, again, is the only thing in this world that's going to make everything feel warm and giggly inside. Like, love is a wonderful thing. But everyone's so worried about showing hate that we can't even see that and recognize it. Because if you come to me and we talk about it, I'm going to tell you, like, I can talk about love all day long. I can. It's a great idea. It's a great topic. It's wonderful to just speak on it because so many people are so used to talk about negativity and hate and downfalls. Like, no, let's talk about how great love is. Let's talk about how amazing it is. You know what I mean? Talk about for the first time you tried a food, then now you love it because of that first time trying it. Now you will eat it anytime you get it, and you'll do, anytime you can, you'll get a hold of it because you love it that much. You know what I mean? As to where you may go somewhere, right? Now, again, let's say I love macaroni and cheese, okay? I'm not finna go to Taco Bell and expect their macaroni and cheese to be top tier like my mama used to make. I'm just not about to do that. I'm not about to assume that every single place is going to have that fire macaroni and cheese. I'm just not. It's not going to happen. But I am going to know that if I want it to be fire and I want it to be good, I'll either make it at home or ask mama to make it, right? Simple as that. I know that was a little dry explanation, but best I could do on short-term notice. Now, also, again, like I was saying before, it's okay to make it about you sometimes, right? Sometimes we have to be selfish in order to grow. Sometimes we have to be picking everything that's going on. We have to always worry about me, 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 me. Sometimes it could be years, sometimes it could be 5, sometimes it could be a month. You never know how long that time frame could be, but sometimes you have to have that me, me, me moment. You know what I mean? It has to be there. Because let's be real. Let's say if you don't have self-love, you don't constantly let this person cheat on you, or let this person beat on you, or let this person talk to you crazy, or treat you a certain type of way. You're going to always allow that to happen. But the minute you start loving yourself more than anything, you won't accept no bullshit. You're not going to say, oh, you know what? It's cool for you to go ahead and talk to this person on Thursdays because on Thursdays I work anyway. You're not going to be doing none of that no more. It's not none of that making excuses every time they black your eye or every time you find out that they in somebody else's inbox. Like, you don't have to make no more excuses because that self-love will let you know that I don't deserve this. It is okay to be selfish when a motherfucker is treating you wrong. It is okay to choose you when they can't act right. That is perfectly fine. The only person that will get mad at you for choosing you when they not acting right is them. Them. Narcissistic fucking behavior. That's it. It is okay for you to say, you know what? You are not treating me how I want to be treated. You are not acting like I want you to act. I am leaving this situation. It is okay for you to walk away from somebody that cannot get their shit together and act right. It is okay for you to do that. It's nothing wrong with you saying, I choose me. It's certain scenarios you have to do that. You just have to. Again, Rome wasn't built in a day. I know it wasn't built overnight. Things take time, but, work on it day by day. It gets easier the more you work on it. It's like shooting basketball. The more you shoot a ball, the better chance you got at getting that ball into the hoop because you know what to do now. You found your shot. You figured it out. You know what to do. You know what kind of wrist work to use. It's all about that wrist work. But, it's okay. It's definitely okay. I just want y'all to know that. Like, sometimes you can choose you. I mean, I did it, and I was fucking happy that I did that. I made that move, and I was just excited that I finally took that step ahead to be like, you know what? Like, it is all about me. Like, it is me, 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 me. Like, that's cool for right now. Because I tell you what, one thing is when you realize you have that me, me, me moment, you're going to grow so goddamn well that you're going to feel like, damn, I should have been chose me. And after that first time, it's going to be easier every other time to choose nobody but yourself. Just remember that. Now, see, self-care to me is like taking care of you, making sure you eating right, drinking plenty of water, eating healthy. Like I told y'all, I go give me a free pedicure, or not a free, I'll give me a pedicure for the free foot massage, right? Self-care. I go get, making sure that, my body's in good condition. I may start working out, you know what I mean? Doing things like that to make sure that I take care of myself, right? I think self-love is taking care of your mental. Self-care is taking care of the body. That's how I look at it. Me personally, I want to take care of both as best as I can. But again, it's nothing that you're going to be perfect at. Or you have to start somewhere. Right? We all know that term, you got to start somewhere. That applies to so many things in life. And I think self-care is definitely one of them, for sure. This right here that I want to talk about next, and it'll be a short piece. Oh my goodness, I'm always running low on time. I want to talk about entitlement. Oh yeah, I want to talk about entitlement. For example, like just to give you an easy one off the bat, like these jobs. Some of these jobs are like they're entitled to you to show up every day to work, right? Again, I always say self-love, self-care. Take care of you, take care of yourself. If you have a point to where you sick, you throwing up, or you're not feeling well, you're not feeling good, and you scared to call off of work because you might lose your job, that is a problem. That job feels like they're entitled to you to show up regardless of what you do. Do not. You have to understand something. If you were on your deathbed and you couldn't make it in anyway, they're going to replace you. They're going to find somebody else to fill them shoes, somebody else to fill that position. Easily. No problem at all, no ifs, ands, or buts. They just will. So why not understand that, hey, I get it, Greg, you want me to come in, but I'm really throwing up, or I'm having diarrhea, or I'm not feeling well, I'm coughing. I just can't make it in today under some reasons I can't. Take care of yourself first. Don't go into work sick because you're scared to lose your job. Now you're going to be even more sick. You're not going to be able to get better. You're not going to be able to heal. Take care of you. Sometimes you have to take care of you. Let me tell you something. I lost my faith. I can give y'all a quick story, man. Listen, in 2012, my brother passed away in August 12, 2012. I damn near lost my faith in God. I had mustard seed. Just remember that. I had little to no faith in all when I lost my brother. And that went on for years. You know what I mean? And one day I looked it up because I was like, they say you just need to have the faith of a mustard seed. That's it. Just the faith of a mustard seed. And when I tell y'all that little seed is like a little old hole, like a very, very tiny hole, mustard seed is really, really small. I said, that's it? Oh, I got that. No problem. And the minute I started saying that, it's like everything started working out right. Everything started going to plan. It's like everything made sense. When I started putting my faith, in a higher power. Because again, we don't know if it like to be called God, if it's this, if it's that, or if it's just water. You never know. But the higher power. Ever since I started putting my faith back in there, or manifesting it, whatever you want to call it, life has been great. Life has been wonderful. So it's like in those moments where I do want to do that, where I'm like, you know what, fuck this job because I want to take some time to me. I do it on the sure strength of the fact that I know he got me. I know they got me. Regardless of what's going on, I'm good. I'm going to make a way to get back on my feet. I'm going to be protected. It doesn't matter what the case may be. I got my faith back up there now. I kid you not. It took for me reading up on what a mustard seed was for me to see that little seed, to see how small amount it needed to be for it to grow exponentially. Now when you ask me about my faith, I tell you, yeah, I got it. It's there. I do believe. You know what I mean? So I just want to say that, always remember that you won't be put on nothing more than you can really handle, okay? And y'all have to remember one thing. Y'all always asking for this and asking for that, but y'all don't realize what that means. If you asking for strength, you're not going to become Superman overnight. You asking for strength, you're going to get a problem the next day to solve. You know what I mean? You asking for courage, you're going to get a life to save the next day. You got to understand what that means when you asking for it. You're not going to get exactly what you need, but you'll get the tools to put you in the right place. You know what I mean? You'll have the tools and necessities to get you where you need to be. So just put your faith in the right place and take care of you. You know what I mean? Like, stop letting these people feel like they're entitled to you to show up. Listen, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself for real. Otherwise it's going to be a problem. And with parenting, listen, this goes out to every parent out there. Every single parent. We are not entitled to owning these kids. We are not entitled to making sure we make their every move for them, choose their every move, choose every meal they eat. We are not entitled to do that whatsoever. They are their own people. You want something to be done, you go do it. You want them to be an astronaut, you go to school for that. You want them to be a doctor, you go to school for that, right? Let them find what they love in life. Stop trying to force them and mold them into what you want it to be. That's not fair to them. That's not fair at all. You cannot be entitled over these children to think because you birth them and you pay bills and you take care of them that you own them. No, we are responsible for their well-being. So we are there to make sure they get to the right places at the right time with the right help. That's it. That's all it is. Anything past that, we let them choose. We'll be there to direct them in the right way. We're not there to own them and tell them what to do and how to do it and when to do it. We are there to say, You want to do this? Okay, do you need help? You want me to help you? You want me to show you? You want me to take you there? What do you need from me to help you successful in this part of your life? Simple as that. We are parents. We are supporters at the end of the day. We don't own anybody. Anybody. I'm just tired of hearing you saying, oh, my kid's going to do this, my kid's going to be that. Until little Timmy or Jimmy or Jamal told you that from his mouth, you don't know what they want to do or be. So at the end of the day, you let them grow up and you let them be themselves. Let them go ahead and find their thing in life. Like, let them find what they want to be or what they want to do. Y'all got to stop trying to control these kids and wondering why when they get older, they don't want to say nothing to you or they keeping shit behind your back. Because obviously you're trying to get them to live a life that you wanted to live and not a life that they want to live. Again, times change. Keep up. Relationships, man and friends. This is relationships, like when it comes to chilling with your friends or your homegirls, homeboys, or just chilling with anything in general relationships. Let me tell y'all something. You cannot control the fact that I want to go hang out with the boys on a Tuesday night. If you get upset about that and you're trying to control the fact that when I hang out with my friends or my group, no, you are not entitled to tell me who I can and cannot hang out with. If they're not causing any harm to this relationship, they're not being destructive in this relationship or causing any kind of toxicity, you don't get to tell me who I choose to hang around and be around with. That's not fair because I'm not doing it to you. So you don't get to do it to me. That's just not fair in general. You're not entitled to tell me how to live my life because we are going together. This relationship is built on both of us having balance with each other. So where I pick up, you lack. Where you lack, I pick up. Or you pick up, I lack. Sorry. Had to make sure I said that right. But at the end of the day, like, why is it to the point where you're worried about where I'm going? Because I'm coming back home to you anyway, right? Oh, you don't like my friends or my homeboys? Cool. You ain't got to like them, but put your trust and faith in me. You with me, right? So you trust me, right? So put your faith and trust in me. I understood why people say, oh, I don't believe in that term, birds of a feather flock together. I don't believe in it either. My entire life growing up, all of my homeboys around me were cheaters. And if y'all watching this, sorry, I put y'all on blast. Most of y'all ain't with the same women no more, so it don't really matter. But they were cheaters, and they tried to tell me to cheat my whole life. Do you think I listened to that shit? No, not at all. Like, you're not finna control what I do and how I do it because of the fact that the whole group is doing so. It's just not my cliche. It's not what I want to do. So I don't like that no more. Oh, birds of a feather flock together. No, not really. Not really. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't in that kind of group. I don't know what you're talking about. So, just saying, when y'all got these spouses and these friends, or like even the best friends, stop making it seem like you own these people. You're not entitled to nothing whatsoever. Have a great day. That's what I want to say to that. Now, this one is going to hurt some feelings, maybe. But I'm only saying this just to get the overall statement all together. When it comes to entitlement, the only thing you are entitled to is your name. That's it. That's the only thing you're entitled to is your name. Everything else, sorry for you. Can't help you. Don't know what to tell you. Simple as that. Just to make it a little easier for y'all, because some of y'all, like y'all say I talk around the bush or beat around the bush sometimes. I don't really see how. But again, communication works differently. Different people read it different ways. Last thing I want to talk about is the fact that, when it comes to love, you can't be selfish out here. Now, there's a difference between self-love and being in love with somebody, right? Self-love is even when you're in love with someone, you still making sure that you are okay, but you know that in the best interest of the relationship. It's not always about you because now you're in a healthy, we're talking about healthy relationships too, guys. You're already in a healthy relationship. Self-love is already there, so you ain't worried about it. But let's talk about being selfish when you say you love someone. Here's the thing for me. Let's say, I don't know, let me think about it. My kid's mom, right? I know she loves ribs, right? I know she loves ribs. But I don't eat pork, okay? So I don't eat pork at all. Instead of me saying like, no, fuck that, I'm not making no ribs, I don't eat that shit, I'll go buy some beef ribs, cook those, and make sure she still get what she wants. You see what I'm saying? It's to the point where part of me was like, well, I don't want these kind of ribs because it's going to make me sick. But I'll go get the ones you like and make it for you. Like, I'm not going to be selfish to the fact just because I don't eat pork. You know what I mean? Or when we order pizza, if I order pizza, I will order pizza half cheese, half pepperoni. That's your half. This is my half. I don't eat pork. You take your pepperoni over there. I'll keep my cheese over here. Any little thing is just that you don't want to go into a relationship trying to be selfish because, again, y'all there for balance, to help each other, right? Lift each other up. You're not there to take away from the next person. And And most of y'all like say that, y'all want to be in love just for the idea, just to show it off, just because of what social media sees. I don't think it's real love. I think y'all just trying to show off. It's lust that y'all trying to turn into love. And I don't like that. I really don't. Like, let love be love and lust be lust and keep it there. Because y'all, this new generation trying to turn lust into love, y'all gonna get on my fucking nerves doing that. It is what it is. Also, I'm tired of the fucking fake love. Like, it's so easy. If you don't like me or don't want to deal with me, just stay away from me. If I come around, just don't speak to me. You ain't got to speak back if I say hi. It's all good. Like, it's cool. I'll understand. I'll take the hint. But I'm tired of the fake love. That shit is just, let's knock that out the park. Let's knock it out the park. Yes, Valentine's Day is next week, right? Ladies, y'all day is February 14th. I get that. I recently just, I'd been knew about this day, but I found out it's a reoccurring thing every year in the month of March. So the month after March 14th is for the fellas. Fellas, if you would take out your phone, and I just want you to Google Men's Valentine's Day. And our Valentine's Day is March 14th, but it's called Steak and Blowjob Day. I want y'all to know that. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. So when March 14th comes, remember you got her flowers, jewelry, and chocolate on February 14th. My best friend said, well, that's not fair. How come I don't like, or, why is it this? And I'm like, that's what we like as boys, as men. That's what we like, right? Girls and women most likely tend to like jewelry, flowers, and chocolates, which is what they get for Valentine's Day. Men, we're simple creatures. Get us a steak and a BJ and we good. You know what I mean? Make sure the steak is well done and it's tender. You know what I mean? We'll be good to go. But don't forget, fellas, March 14th is our Valentine's Day. Y'all make sure them women that y'all got something for, and I don't care if you got more than just one, they all need to have a steak and a BJ ready for you that day. I'm just saying. Other than that, though, again, it's been great. Don't forget, Womonopoly is back live March 8th. It'll be here March 8th, 2023, Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. at the Artifice. We are back live and in action, and we're good to go there. Don't forget the Let's Talk Love event next month, which we'll talk more about that in a few weeks as well, or a couple weeks, actually, coming to think about it. Also, I think that was the only one I had to get out the way were those two. I got hosting back. I'm good to go. Follow me on, I'm out of Facebook jail, right? I'm out of Facebook jail. Finally, it's been like 2 months. I'm out of Facebook jail. So y'all will see more posting. Again, don't forget the new flyer for the Choose Your Character will be out. What's today? Wednesday, Friday. So pay attention to that. Choose your character. Find me on Facebook, Mark Quan Thomas, or Quan Facebook Jail Thomas. You can also reach the show at Talk Is Cheap on Facebook, and it's Talk IZ. Talk Is Cheap. You can find us on Twitter, which is Talk Is Cheap 702, Juss Quanni or Quanni 702, as well as Instagram, which is Juss Quanni, Don Quan 18, and Talk Is Cheap 702. So you can find us there as well. TikTok is Juss Quanni 23, so don't forget to pull up on TikTok. You can definitely follow me there. Maybe we can get some skits and stuff out the way together. And I don't think I'm missing anything. Anything else, hop in the DMs. Let me know if you need anything as far as communication or conversation goes you want to have. Talk to me. Let me know. Again, I told y'all I'm bringing guests back on the show now as of this year. So if you're interested into being on the show, definitely reach out to me and let me know. We can talk more about that later. But for the most part, man, again, thank you for this wonderful Wednesday. Y'all led me to come out here and talk to y'all again as I do so well. I will see y'all again next week for our following topics. Crazy enough, I got through all my topics today without forgetting anything. That's the first. But also, I'll catch y'all next week. Don't forget peace, love. Oh, I didn't do it. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'll catch y'all next week.